창자가 있는 걸 보고 창조하지 않아서 마찬가지야. 재창조였어요. 투입해야 돼.
So you have to invest yourself.
없는 거 있게 만드니까 자기가 그것을 전부 다 싫더라도 그런 훈련 안 돼가지고 일생 동안 근황 그대로 흘러가 버리고 하는 거예요. 선생님이 지금 반대하는 왕의 유망 기반 닦은 것이 근황 그대로 전부 다 아이고 찾아와 주면 하겠다 만나면 하겠다 아니야 찾아가는 거예요. 저 세계 평화 종교연합 같은 것도 전부 다 돈 대주고 전부 다 10년을 전부 다 알아주지 못하는 걸 했다고. 10년이 지나니까야 눈 뜨고 전부 다 누가 주인이 누가 되니까 자기 부끄러움을 사진 찍더라도 선생님이 한 것을 하지 말고 그러니까 탁 차려는 거야. 그냥 놔도 그냥 자는 돈이 없는 거야. 사탄 세계는 자기보다 더 언제나 낫기를 바라는데 낮은 자리에 있는 사탄을 도와주는 법이 없다는 걸 알아요. 그렇기 때문에 내가 희생해가지고 그 빚을 짓는 걸 알고 부끄러워하다. 이번에 저부터 대통령 방문한 이제 그 나라의 주인이 무서운 것이요. 말을 듣고 누가 움직여도
So think about it. Father comes as a stranger, total stranger to them, and they haven't met each other. And suddenly, from the beginning, without even having cordial, greeting, Father started educating him, teaching them. So it is not a simple task as you think. They may think Father is one of the visitors, who come and go. So therefore, in that circumstances, you can't just sit there cordially and keep proper etiquette there and treat nicely like that. Then nothing will happen. So within 15 minutes, you have to make a showdown there. So what do you have to do? What do you have to say? 아버님 타이틀이요?
아니 그 나라의 목사가
Think about it. In each country, they have all kind of ministers and professors and PhDs. And, people keep visiting, and the president must be dealing with all sorts of people. So what do you think Father should do? If you sit together with the president, Father said, sometimes you can use even your foot. You stretch your foot and scratch his, shin bone with your toes. Then nobody else will know but you two, each other, look at each other and smile. Sometimes you can hold the president's hand and bring it on your back. As long as you keep smiling, president won't be able to take his hands away. And the father will hit the president's hand and say, well, your hand looks very good. You're more handsome than anybody else, and it will bring fortune to you. Then father will say, touching his face, saying that, and on top of that, your face even looks more handsome. Praise him. But then president will remember father as he's a very unique person. Also, he's the champion of the champions whom I ever met yet. Father will, totally surprise him. That's the kind of the tactic father will use. Do you understand? If the hair, the hair is sticking out of the president's nose, then father will pull it out. Which nobody else, not even his mother or his friend or his wife, wouldn't dare to do that. So if any president has that kind of experience with father, even in the future, 10, 15 years from now, as soon as any newspaper article says Reverend Moon, he will immediately make a clip and keep it in his scrapbook. So another tactic, Father says. Well, I witnessed it too, actually. Whenever Father met any president, he of course gives a strong hug and immediately lift him up and see how strong he is. But Father said when he visited Paraguay, there was the military general who was known as the very vicious and tiger-like general. So Father knew that, so immediately Father went around and asked him, touched his back and said, well, since you look tough and strong, why don't you give me a piggyback? Since you are like my son's age, you are strong and young, so give me a piggyback. Father. So Father put his entire weight on his back, so he had to lift Father up. Well, that's the kind of extreme way, but the extreme way of doing some kind of diplomacy here. So then that general will never forget Father. Well, after he gave piggyback to Father, this general started spilling all of his secrets. Do you understand? So how can you expect that you can meet those leaders again? So it's the final moment. You have to make a showdown there. If Father meets all those head of states, at least your level is governors of your states. Shouldn't it be? Go and challenge them and tell them, why don't you listen to me if I can save this state or not? Test me like that. Suppose those governors later on somehow meet Father and get really inspired by Father's teaching, and this kind of governor will protest Father by saying that, well, I never saw Unification Church leader in my state. We don't have any Unification Church, but in reality, we have Unification Church leaders, but we leaders do not try. When you are assigned to a state, any state, Unification Church leader is in the position of Abel, and the governor is in the position of Cain. You are the Abel figure governor. So that means Abel figure should be able to sacrifice himself in order to give the life to the Cain figure governor. Just like Father is even willing to sacrifice you in order to save those governors. This is the formula course.
사생결단 전론